Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentucky state troopers were led on a high-speed chase in multiple counties. And some Kentucky National Guard members are leaving today for deployment in Southwest Asia.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6:31 on August 14th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And we are in a first alert weather day, Brandon. Obviously, chances of rain, wind, everything throughout the day.
Exactly.
Yeah, but as kids are waking up to go to school, people are going to work. Just grab an umbrella, grab a raincoat, just in case.
Exactly. And here's the thing: we've started to see a few spotty pop-up showers and some rumbles of thunder out there this morning. Not too bad just yet, and confined to a certain area. But as you'll see on Live Pinpoint Doppler radar, it's kind of down into parts of southern and southeastern Kentucky. Again, not too bad right now. The further east you are, the less you're probably seeing. But look, building out to the west, lots of showers and storms back out there. Now, again, this will be our morning round, should be here in the next few hours. And depending on how fast it clears out, we could see an afternoon round and an evening round, too. So just kind of keep that in mind that this situation is fluid. I-75 at Corbin, no major issues. Looks like quite a bit of traffic out there on this Monday morning as some kids go back to school today. 65 in Clintwood to 73 in Moorhead and in Ashland this morning. The further north you are, and Harlan too, but the further north you are, I guess it really doesn't matter. It's muggy everywhere this morning, I can tell you that. Day planner for today, back and forth chances for scattered showers and storms. If we rebound into the afternoon hours and get some sunshine back out, we could make 87. If we don't, we could be in the low to mid 80s out there this afternoon. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. Officials with the Whitley County Sheriff's Department are asking for help in finding Cody Dean. Dean is reportedly from southern end of Whitley County and wanted on arson and other charges. Officials say Dean was reportedly stabbed in Campbell County, Tennessee over the weekend and taken to the University of Tennessee Medical Center for treatment. Police say Dean left the hospital and returned to Kentucky. If you have any information on Dean's location, you can call Whitley County Dispatch at 606-549-6017. A Laurel County man is facing charges after police say he caused a disturbance for drivers. Police say it happened Friday morning off Highway 3434 just north of London. Laurel County Sheriff's deputies say they received reports that a man was waving his arms and screaming at cars when they drove by. When they arrived, deputies say Michael Medlock was in the road and found that he was under the influence. He has been charged with disorderly conduct, public intoxication, resisting arrest, and menacing. Kentucky State Police troopers are investigating a crash in Lee County that left 2 people dead just before 9 p.m. Saturday. Troopers say they were called about a crash with possible entrapment on Kentucky 52 West. Following an investigation, officials said a 2006 Ford F-150 driven by Joshua Reed was going west on Kentucky 52. Reed, 39, lost control of the truck, causing it to go over an embankment and overturn. Reed and a passenger, 61-year-old Charles Dennis, were pronounced dead at the scene by the Lee County Deputy Coroner. The investigation is ongoing. A man is in federal custody after police say he led them on a high-speed chase through several Kentucky counties. Officials say a Kentucky State Trooper tried to pull over Tyler Allen Friday in Mount Vernon. They say he threw out some drugs, then took off, reaching speeds of 135 miles per hour. He crashed in Berea. Police say he then ran into a restaurant and ended up on its roof. The restaurant's manager said at first they didn't know what was going on.
I mean, yeah, for a little bit. I mean, because, we didn't have any idea what was going on while the cops had their guns out and, so yeah, I mean, for a little bit it was scary. We locked the store down and everybody inside was safe.
Allen is being held in the Rockcastle County Jail. The FBI is handling the case. Yesterday at Transylvania University, more than 100 Kentucky National Guard members were on hand with family and friends ahead of a deployment. The deployment, which will last 9 months, will send the troops to Southwest Asia. In addition to the soldiers' families, Governor Beshear was on hand to speak to the crowd. Family members and soldiers reflected on what the departure means for them.
It's always the small stuff, it's the little stuff that you end up missing the most. stuff that you don't even think about, going for a ride together and just taking an evening ride, but it's the little things.
The soldiers will depart for Asia this afternoon. One organization in Clay County is helping less fortunate kids get beds. Sleep in Heavenly Peace hosted a community build and volunteers helped make 20 beds. Clay County Chapter Community Liaison Vanda Rice says this event could not have gone on without the support of the community. She says it is good to see people of all ages come out and participate.
So we spread the word that we're going to build, and we encourage everybody, families especially, to come and help build. So as you will see today, it's very multi-generational, and so there's a job for everybody, no matter your age, your ability, skill, there's something for everybody to do.
She says even though the organization is fairly new, she is happy to see the growth they have made in less than 6 months. She says they have more build days scheduled for September and October. A complaint, expired tags, and multiple previous and even pending charges. But we discovered in a weeks-long investigation several red flags still were not enough to prevent a Central Kentucky tragedy. 24-year-old Cheyenne Clifford is charged with murder in connection with a deadly crash back in June. Clifford's arrest citation says his blood alcohol level was nearly twice the legal limit. And as our investigative team has discovered, Clifford wasn't even supposed to be driving that night. Garrett Weimer has more.
A small memorial now lines Myers Road.
Just to mark it,
The site of a crash that has left its own marks, seen
We very much feel it.
and unseen.
Every day.
Rebecca Allison most remembers the sounds.
The girl started to scream, and this loud terror. She was terrified and in a lot of pain.
Allison lives just feet from where the red pickup truck left the pavement and yards from where it landed. She says while her husband performed CPR on 2 of the victims, she dialed 911.
Where is your emergency?
It wasn't the first time that night someone called police on the red truck. Less than 2 hours earlier, a man who was asked not to be identified drove down part of the same highway.
I got to get in the ditch to completely almost off the road, almost wrecked myself trying to get off the road.
In an exclusive interview with WKYT Investigates, he says he narrowly avoided a crash as the red truck and another car sped around him.
They make me mad, they almost killed me that when they passed me down there, it just make me mad.
After he says he saw them again in downtown Carlisle at 9:42 p.m., he dialed 911.
201, 202, go ahead.
Caller advises red Dodge truck driving all over roadway, the blotter states, with 4 to 5 people inside and hanging out windows. At 9:49, a Carlisle police officer pulled over 24-year-old Cheyenne Clifford in a matching red truck at a local gas station. Dispatch logs show the stop lasted 6 minutes before Clifford was let go with a verbal warning. Now 9:56 p.m., 1 hour 43 minutes before the fatal crash. Carlisle Police Chief Bill Denton declined a request for an on-camera interview, but did speak with me on the phone. He told me the department does not have a specific policy for when to issue a warning instead of writing a citation or making an arrest in a traffic stop. He said he trusts his officers to use all of their senses and their common sense. I'm told the officer who pulled Clifford over that night, Jamie Kofer, resigned effective July 24th. Chief Denton says his resignation letter did not give any reasons. That officer, through a family member, declined to comment for this story. Clifford also has a lengthy history of previous traffic offenses that could have been red flags. As recently as April 10th in Bourbon County, Clifford was charged with speeding and reckless driving. A state trooper said he saw Clifford driving 101 in a 55. Online court records show 8 other incidents that resulted in traffic charges filed against him going back to 2014 when Clifford was just 15 years old. After the crash, Clifford was charged for expired tags and failure to maintain insurance. Investigators say he initially lied to them, saying he wasn't driving.
I done the right thing. I called it in that they was driving reckless.
The man who called 911 earlier in the night says he can't know for sure if Clifford had been drinking before he reported him, but he does know the behavior he saw, and he knows what happened next.
But I had it done over again. I'd have blocked the road on them, and I'd have pulled them out of the truck, and they might have whooped my ass, but I'd have done my best to do whatever I had to do.
For Rebecca and Larry Allison,
It was a long and terrible night. It really was.
it's been impossible to escape the memories of what happened here on their property.
If it's hard for me, I can only imagine. I can only imagine what it is for the families and the individuals that survived. I can only imagine. I can't imagine.
Clifford was indicted June 19th on 11 counts. He's still being held in the Bourbon County Detention Center. A pretrial conference is scheduled for October.
Just after 6:42 this morning, we're still tracking a few scattered showers and maybe a rumble of thunder or two down into parts of southern Kentucky, but the bulk of the rain is still off to the west there, back west of I-65, back out toward Louisville and Bowling Green, and it's starting to pop in now in some of those eastern counties. So again, take your rain gear with you today. You may need it at the bus stop this morning, especially in those southern counties, but again, it's just going to be one of those situations where it's kind of hit or miss there. We're looking at the Mountain Parkway at Slade, already overcast skies, and 71, 70 Pikeville, 70 Hazard, 70 Somerset, Irvin, Logan. Again, lots of mid to upper 60s across southwest Virginia and Williamsburg, but a lot of 70s out there as we start your day. Headlines: first alert weather day. We're going to continue to see the possibility for some rounds, plural, of storms possible. Some of those could pack a punch, and a fall preview comes after this cold front as we head deeper into the nighttime hours tonight and tomorrow. I love you.
Thanks, Brandon, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:43. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. States are preparing for the fall by stocking up on vaccines for the flu and more.